Noah Brown's startling disclosures regarding Bush people in Alaska have caused a stir. Through the following as he reveals the hidden realities of the program with his open remarks, the curtain has been pushed aside, exposing a far more intricate and unsettling tale than the audience was made to think. That these unspoken secrets revealed fresh perspective on the Browns' off-grid way of life and the contentious reality behind the scenes, leaving many doubting all they believed. They was aware of the popular series, and its dreadfully awful the artificial wildness. How the Bush people of Alaska developed and when Alaskan Bush people initially broadcast in 2014 on the Discovery Channel. It enthralled viewers with an apparently genuine story of a family's survival. In contrast to the harsh wilderness, the Billy Brown, the father of the family, was presented as an independent clan that had disapproved of contemporary society in favor of a hardy, solitary lifestyle. Since the initial episode, the program has been promoted as a unique window into the life of real survivors, igniting spectators' interest and curiosity. However, as the years passed, cracks started to demonstrate in this expertly written story. Many questioned if Alaskan was the Bush people ever really real, or was it just a intricate TV production, and if the latter is accurate, why did it strike a chord connecting with audiences? One of the Alaskan Bush's greatest charms was its assurance of a different method of living in a time when individuals felt growing estrangement from the natural world. The Browns are overtaken by technology. Symbolized something that many people had only imagined. Regarding complete independence, the notion that a whole family could get by without modern society's comforts resonated with viewers who yearned for easier times, but the more profound attraction was more than just survival in the show. Unlike it was about family. Wilderness demonstrates that lonesome adventures or temporary difficulties. The concept was proposed by Alaskan Bush people of a big family that is not just resilient but living together in a harsh environment. Scenery, the ties that bind the Browns together. Despite its peculiarities and difficulties, viewers are engrossed in their journey. Skepticism grew as the show's popularity increased. Started to appear as the Browns were shown as lone homesteaders who had been in the wilderness for decades. Inconsistencies began to appear. Those who were familiar with Alaska pointed out, discovered that the family was frequently featured in places that weren't really. Reports started to emerge that the Browns, having occasionally resided in ordinary residences or had access to contemporary amenities that weren't displayed on screen. This sparked conjecture that the Bushes of Alaska were more grounded television as opposed to actual reality. According to industry insiders, the presentation had been thoughtfully organized from initially portraying the Browns as true survivalists who live off the grid, but as a relatable family ready to participate in the significance of television in spite of these reservations. The popularity of the show kept increasing. This was partly because of the strong reality's use of storytelling tactics. TV producers take great care while creating dramatic music, edited video and tense cliffhangers. It attracted viewers to return for more. Despite the fact that the Browns' lifestyle was at issue in the story, remained profoundly involving. Another crucial element in the network was responsible for the success of the show. There was a lengthy history of Discovery Channel creating popular reality shows that are focused on survivor men naked in the context of survival and blue-collar job and fear are the deadliest. They knew how to take advantage of the gold rush. Ordinary individuals and transform them into captivating television personalities with Alaskan. Bush People Discovery intensified its efforts to its strategy for promoting the Browns as a single. Among the most severe instances of independence the network offered breathtaking footage of the Alaskan scenery supporting the notion that the family was enduring one of the most severe Earth's surroundings, but was it all merely for display? When the seasons changed, viewers began to take notice. Discrepancies for a household that allegedly resided kilometers away from the Browns frequently appeared to be a civilized equipment that appears oddly well-groomed. Should have been challenging to obtain in the wild often showed up in there. One despite their significant struggles, including as constructing a new house or searching for the timing of the food felt strange, as if they had been organized to accommodate the show's production timetable at the time of the rumors. The Browns were not really living. The internet started working full-time in the wild. To delve farther into online discussion boards and questions raised by investigative reporting. Everything, even the validity of their financial difficulties to the precise degree of. The more individuals that delved into their backstory, the more Bush people in Alaska began to appear to be a well-planned fantasy. Nevertheless, in spite of the growing, despite the criticism, the show kept growing. Possibly the most significant query regarding the Bush people of Alaska weren't sure if it was genuine, which is why viewers continued to tune in spite of their suspicions that it wasn't. The emotional component is probably the answer. Spectators' financial commitment to the Brown family. By the time uncertainty surfaced, viewers have already invested years in observing the children's development and their hardships and supporting their accomplishments. Even if the way of life wasn't as genuine as it appeared, fans still had concern for the Browns as individuals. Furthermore, reality TV has long made it difficult to distinguish between truth and amusement. Many admirers recognized that Bush people in Alaska may be inflated, but they were prepared to suspend disbelief as they found it enjoyable. The narrative is similar to professional wrestling. Supporters acknowledge that games are prearranged, but continue to support their favorite. Reality TV watchers of wrestlers frequently interact with shows while being aware that not family feuds seem to be the norm. Despite covert plans, the internal disputes that influenced the Browns' lives beyond the story of rustic survival that captured viewers' attention. Noah Brown's disclosures reveal a family tainted with internal conflict on the Browns' screen. Demonstrated solidarity by cooperating to address the difficulties of their so-called Bush life, but power struggles and feuds off-screen. Conflicts were developing as struggles would gradually permeate society. Noah Brown then had a public appearance collapse that appeared to validate what others had only assumed it was all for the cameras. During a tirade when he blurted out while speaking to a fan, "I can no longer retain the secret," and went on to share with everyone the actual facts regarding the program. Noah has alluded to financial disagreements that caused the family with charges against the patriarch. Billy Brown exercised strict supervision over the revenues of the show while fans first thought the Browns were barely making ends meet with. According to resource accounts, the family was Receiving large salaries. This disclosure infuriated a lot of. Doubting the morality of A. Depicting a multimillion-dollar family. Themselves as impoverished. One Facebook user. It said, "I gave money to their challenges. Had I realized they were wealthy, I wouldn't have." Noah beyond money. Implies that certain familial members disliked the increasing pressures of celebrity. At first, the show marketed itself as a close-knit family-centered survival story. It swiftly spread throughout the world, putting the Browns in the public eye. According to reports, several of the siblings battled the pressure, which resulted in disputes that occur behind the scenes at Noah's. Allegations of contentious disputes between family relatives have raised questions online, with viewers delving into previous episodes. In search of hints. Looking back, you can observe the tension according to a YouTube fan's theory. Dissection video. The manner in which some of them interact, it's clear that something wasn't right. But the biggest surprise for fans is the implication that certain participants in the family wanted to leave but felt confined by agreements and duties. If accurate, the entire show is reframed by the revelation, changing it from a motivational story of surviving in the outdoors into a dismal story of people compelled to uphold a fictitious reality for the purpose of entertainment. The question still stands: how much of the drama in the Brown family was authentic, and the amount that was produced? As viewers struggle with this disclosures, one thing is for sure: Alaskan. The Bush administration will never be seen as the Great Divide is another example of how Noah's disclosures caused a rift among the family. As Noah Brown's shocking revelation insights that reverberate throughout Alaska. The greatest fallout was among Bush supporters. Maybe inside the Brown family. Although Noah has been vocal about the fake parts of the program and the internal tensions within the family, members have either said nothing at all or gently rebutted his assertions. Fans are now questioning if Noah bringing the truth to light, or is he the odd man out? Viewers of the Brown clan have resorted to using social media to analyze Noah's intentions, with some people endorsing his openness, and Noah is being accused of treachery by others, stating what we all suspected at last. While one Reddit member left a comment, another retorted, "He's just trying and bitter to profit from controversy." A few admirers are especially doubtful of Noah's readiness to divulge family secrets, wondering why he didn't say anything while others were still watching the show. But consider him a whistleblower, courageously disclosing the truth behind a meticulously crafted story. The responses from the family have been instructive, although none have specifically condemned Noah's mysterious posts on social media. Imply an unsaid conflict. Bear Brown family is everything was recently uploaded. Loyalty matters, according to numerous interpretations, as a subtle insult to Noah. While Rain Brown posted a deep facial shot of herself, captioned the image, "Silence is the loudest reaction at times." These uncertain messages have only served to fans are speculating and discussing whether Noah's family is banding together against him. The show itself, behind closed doors, portrayed the Browns as an invincible group united by their affection for the desert, but Noah's insights have dispelled that delusion by displaying a broken family battling with notoriety, some fans' financial and personal aspirations. Think that Noah's choice to talk Out might cut off his connections with certain relatives, but others question whether his disclosures are a part of a bigger scheme to change himself outside of the heritage of the Alaskan bush people. Whatever the family's position, 1. The fissures in the Brown are evident. The connection of the family is now too strong to disregard if Noah tells the truth. Or an instigator, he has changed the way the public views the Brown clan. And the money might not be refundable. Enigma: the Browns' transformation due to wealth. In the background, one of the most startling disclosures that Noah has alluded to is the financial status of the Browns. For years, the bush people of Alaska portrayed the family as they struggled to make ends meet, bartering for goods and crafts on land. Fans using homemade tools to keep afloat thought the Browns were a lowly, diligent clan that subsists on nature's bounty, but the truth behind the scenes was much different from what Noah said. Imply that the Browns weren't simply. They were surviving and prospering financially. Reports state that Billy Brown, the patriarch of the family, was wealthy. Millions, according to estimates at the moment of his death. This discovery had furious long-standing admirers who believed they were duped by the family, is shown in the program as they led us to believe that they were impoverished, surviving on leftovers, but they were millionaires, a vengeful Twitter user said. Others pointed apparent discrepancies in the writing, observing how the Browns consistently seems to have access to pricey equipment in spite of their alleged budgetary difficulties. The show's budget structure has also been questioned. Rumor has it that Billy was in charge of the family's income and allocating funds as he deemed appropriate. Some followers now conjecture that this power relationship might have encouraged sibling conflicts, especially individuals who believed they weren't obtaining their just share. The notion that a few of the Brown family members might have relied on Billy for financial support, and consequently, the program adds another layer to the escalating dispute. These additionally, financial disclosures have resulted in analogies to other reality television. Fans of families have made comparisons between the Duggars and Browns from another family with 19 children and counting. That thoughtfully chosen picture of simplicity and faith while covertly accumulating riches. The narrative keeps repeating itself. Families on reality TV promote this underdog story, but in the background, they're one fan living like a celebrity remarked on a breakdown video on YouTube. As more information becomes available, fans are starting to wonder how much of the bush people of Alaska were always real. Are the Browns actually having trouble being pioneers? Were they deliberately creating a false impression? Rating difficulties, and if Brown's assertions are accurate, what other secrets are still hidden beneath the surface with these startling financial disclosures that the Alaskan bush people are no longer merely a survival program, but now a mystery that followers are keen to solve. The reality: the court cases and legal drama that nearly brought everything to a halt. While bush people in Alaska depicted the Browns are hardy survivalists, off-camera and living off the land, there was more to reality than just manufactured scenes. It featured court cases that almost destroyed the facade of the show. Over the Browns have encountered numerous legal issues, including some that Noah Brown has implicitly mentioned in his most recent disclosures. Among the most notorious in court cases, Billy Brown and his son Bam Bam, who was accused of defrauding Pertaining to the Permanent Fund of Alaska. PFD dividend. The fund offers yearly payments to citizens of the state, but the Browns was charged with making fraudulent claims. Residents while residing outside of Alaska. The controversy resulted in penalties, probation, and even a short period of incarceration for. When this news first broke, some family members, fans who were broke, were astounded. How could a family that is so closely linked to the Alaskan wilderness is enmeshed in such a controversy? For many, this was the initial rift in the show's well-planned picture following Noah's disclosures. A few fans are re-examining this law drama from a different angle. Could it? The Browns weren't simply deceiving authorities, but also their viewers. Many are already wondering if the fraud case was a singular occurrence or a component of a wider scheme of dishonesty. It has also been suggested by some that the show's own pressures could have contributed to these errors, although the legal issues don't stop there. Unpaid debts are the subject of reported disputes, problems with land ownership, and issues that occur behind the scenes with There have been rumors about the production team that several former crew members thought pursuing legal action against the family because of hazardous filming circumstances or deceptive contracts, if accurate, could further dispel the Browns' myth. As an independent, self-sufficient tribe, Noah's choice to discuss these earlier controversies have caused division among supporters. Some others think he's just setting the truth, others question whether he has personal reasons for digging up historical scandals. Some people believe that his increasing separation from the family has increased his willingness to reveal their defects, while some believe he might be getting ready to start his own media endeavor, employing these discoveries as a means to attract notice, notwithstanding his reasons why. Noah's remarks have rekindled conversations regarding the Browns' genuine legacy. Did they suffer from legal miscommunications, or were they intentionally tampering with the system to gain financial gain? When more spectators enter the court documents and earlier reports the truth, the Bush people of Alaska continue to becoming more intricate and far less healthier than it initially appeared to be. What comes next for Noah and the Browns? Noah Brown's withdrawal of the fans of the Alaskan Bush people are left wondering, will Noah's next move keep revealing the mysteries of the show, or will he be subject to pressure, perhaps even from his own relatives, to remain silent? As there is conjecture that Noah has stayed unclear about his next course of action while he hasn't conducted a candid interview. However, his online statements and suggestions imply that he might not be done revealing the hidden reality to a few fans. Think he might be thinking about writing a book agreement or a documentary to completely describe his experiences in full. Others believe he might pull away from the limelight, concentrating just on a more conventional life outside of reality television. The remainder of the Brown family, however, has typically refrained from giving straight answers to Noah's assertions. Some have persisted sharing material on social media as though, while others have changed, nothing has shared ambiguous family-related messaging. Devotion and tenacity. This quiet has only increased conjecture that tensions behind closed doors are increasing. Additionally, the Alaskan Bush people's query itself, even if the program has already lost its initial attraction, might have included some of Noah's Disclosures provide the last.